What's up? Welcome back. It's FSL day 4. Oh, I'm getting an echo. So that means someone has my stream on. Good seeing everyone back here. Seth is my co-host. There he is. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good.
There was a good finals there. Well, would have liked it to go the distance, but it was a good PSL finals earlier today.
Yeah, so what he's talking about is we had our Storm sponsored PSL tournament, Season 1 Philippines. We had our finals. So that was really cool to have. But right now we're going to go to the family friendly StarCraft event, which is this PSL, right? So I'm excited. What do we have here to start us off?
So we have our Code B matchup. We have our veteran, played since Season 1 of FSL. Did fairly well in Season 2. And back here for Season 3, we have Miguela. And then we have our newcomer. Started playing StarCraft about 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
We'll see where he's at. And we have Lucky Tiger. Let's see if he's feeling lucky today. So
Lucky Tiger, that's a cool name. So let's do this. Let's talk to them really quick. Let's show their intro. Well, not their intro, their actual poster right there, guys. You can see them. Code B, Miguela versus Lucky Tiger, and we have them on screen right now. Welcome, Lucky Tiger and Miguela. How you guys feeling?
Good.
Good.
Doing well.
Doing well.
are you nervous here, Lucky Tiger?
Yeah, you see my shirt? It's pretty much a foot tapping like a dog right now.
Gotcha. Well, you're gonna have fun. It's your first tournament. My first tournament, I was so nervous, man. I could barely move my hands properly. There was this weird nerves going on my whole body. It's insane. You know, the whole gaming competition thing is insane. You know, it's not like, I know we play basketball a lot, right? And it's a different type of thing there. It's still competition, so I get nervous when I play. What about you? How you feeling? How nervous are you?
Well, I'm a little there. I'm anxious. I want to make sure I don't press the wrong buttons.
Yeah, you just started playing.
Knock me off the block so fast.
Have you been getting coaching at all?
I mean, somebody already showed me. But let's put it this way: I haven't beat a human yet.
He hasn't beat. Okay, guys, he's going directly from playing the AI to playing a human, and what a human we got here! It's Miguela. Miguela, you're the first human Lucky Tiger has ever played.
Well, in a tournament.
In a tournament.
Yeah.
There you go. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about that, Miguela?
I also feel nervous.
Are you always nervous in every game, or just this one?
Always.
Always. Gotcha. Cool.
Well,
All
this is a good place to get those nerves out. You know, the way to be not nervous in the future is, to get these games under your belt, right? And what's cool is you guys are playing in a division where, it's somewhat evenly matched up skills, right? What you don't want is you go into a tournament and you face, like when I did. I went to a tournament. First guy I placed was this guy named Philly, and it was total mismatch, right?
Yeah.
It's like Isaac going up to play against LeBron on a one-on-one matchup, right? It's total mismatch. So so at least in these games, right, it's a good evenly matched skill, right? Might difference 500 MMR at the most.
Yep.
But I'm looking forward to this.
Yep. And he's talking about the Storm Cup. That was a LAN, so it was in person too. Like he was right there. So that was kind of fun. So this one, obviously we're in the virtual world right now with the pandemic, so we're all online playing in the comfort of our own home. So that helps. Anyway, guys, we are ready to start, and welcome everyone on the channel, especially Matheson there.
Before we do start, I want to introduce our casters for today.
Sure.
It'll be casted by two of our players in Code S.
There you go.
Neutrophil and Regret, and so they're the ones who's gonna be casting this match.
Nice. I saw we'll be doing admin duties. we'll be doing admin duties. I'll observe, and I'll be, the stream is happening through my end, so I'll be showing what is interesting, and we'll follow some of that. But you guys are casting and following my observation. So, all right, I think we're good to go. Let us show the map picks if we can, and then we'll hop right in. This is just a best of 3, guys. It's not that long. So we'll then turn off our cams now and just leave it up to the players.
Yep. And we'll talk to both players after the game. So
Yeah. So we're gonna
good luck. Have fun.
Good luck and have fun. All right, guys. So Seth, looks like we have the picks. Let us show that on the screen. The veto picks right there, and we'll zoom in there really quick. There you go. It looks like they vetoed all those maps up there with the X's, and what we got left is what? Pillars of Gold, Submarine, and if necessary, Oxide.
Yeah. I don't think it matters as much in this level, but I'm surprised that Miguel vetoed Death Aura, because I think Death Aura is the one that most people play, because it's the first map that you can pick when you do your map selection.
Yep.
Right. But Miguel vetoed it. I think Lucky Tiger was looking forward to playing that map, but it doesn't really matter in this level as much. So
okay, all right. Well, we're gonna hop back on. Cameras will be off now for us and just the players, and they're ready and eager. Let's do it.
FSL Season 3.
Thank you, KJSF. I'm here with my fellow co-caster, Neutrophil.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. Alright, so let's introduce these players, shall we? In the bottom left corner, we have the green Protoss. His name is...
Lucky Tiger.
And...
Top right corner. Oh yeah, sorry. In the top right corner, we have a 10-year-old red Protoss.
Miguel.
Alright,
Push forward to follow our observer.
Okay, so... once again, we have... looking like pretty standard game. Both pylon on their side of the map, which is always good to see.
Interesting wall at the bottom.
That isn't very interesting wall at the bottom. It's my understanding that in Protoss versus Protoss, you want to be walling the top side of the ramp, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, just in case, so you're, for example, your Cyber Core does not get sniped by stalkers or the like. We do actually have a gas steal by Magella onto Lucky Tiger, so that will prevent him from taking any gas very early. But if I had to guess, I don't think Lucky Tiger would be getting any gas very early. He does have a forge.
Right.
And Magella will be grabbing her own forge as well. So, all in all, I would say this is a very interesting start. Lucky Tiger is definitely floating a lot of money, but I'm excited to see what he plans to do with this forge.
Yes, still sticking with that forge. No gateway or any tech.
Right.
Skewing up the workers. Waiting for his to cross
Well,
the map.
I guess you can't blame Code B players. And again, Forge is a little bit cooler looking than Gateway, so I don't know. This is kind of it seems like more of a tactical choice to me. I also find it very amusing that Magella is known for her Forge first and Cannon defense at the top of her ramp, right? And we saw that all the time, Season 1, Season 2, and we're seeing it now. But this time, actually, Lucky Tiger was getting his Forge way faster than Magella. So, in terms of cannon defense, I think Magella might have a contender.
I do see the Nexus first for Lucky Tiger, and getting that defensive cannon at the ramp. Still no gateway.
Still no gateway, but even so, I do believe that with the second Nexus, I think Lucky Tiger will definitely be ahead in economy. So if he does decide to drop a gateway and really tech up, then I feel like he'll be ahead at least a little bit. Miguela throwing down her usual 2 to 3 cannons in her base. Looking very defensive from both players. And it looks like we're off to a good start. Alright. I can't help but notice that Lucky Tiger is not actually mining gas yet. So he did just drop his first assimilator, whereas Miguela has 2 full assimilators on the top in her main base, as well as taking her first Nexus while Lucky Tiger's finishes.
Interesting gateway explosion.
Actually, this gateway explosion reminds me of yesterday's FSL match between.
There's a little Reaper.
It was for Little Reaper, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if Lucky Tiger is taking direct influence, but this gateway arc is looking very familiar, and I just can't wait to see what he'll do with this many gateways.
Great.
Similar gateway explosion coming from Miguela, though it's less of an explosion and more of like a, I guess what would you call this? Like a
Puff.
Yeah, it's just a puff. It's a puff of smoke compared to the actual nuclear launch of gateways from Lucky Tiger. But then again, Lucky Tiger does not have a cybernetics core yet, so there's not much that these gateways can do at the moment. Alright, in terms of unit count and probe count, Lucky Tiger does have an economical advantage because of his second Nexus. And Miguela, but even so, Miguela is not far behind with her own Nexus just finishing. I'm still a little bit worried about this gas block at Lucky Tiger's base. This will stop him from getting a lot of tech, but then again, he also has his 2 assimilators on his natural.
They just seem to want to build up. They don't seem interested in what their opponent's doing. They just want to follow through with their builds and whatever.
And such is the nature of these kinds of this level of gameplay, right? We have gateway research starting up for Lucky Tiger. Miguela is massing up a good amount of stalkers. So it would be nice to see some kind of like another round of stalkers and then maybe just a little bit of poking to like scout them out, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, Miguela's probably going to wait for that robo so she can get the
Right.
portals and then push across like she did with Typhoon Fusion.
That does seem to be her strategy. She also goes for a Twilight Council along with her Robotics Bay. And what's also cool is that Lucky Tiger is grabbing his Twilight Council at the same time. Also, I can't help but note this massive Artosis pylon in Lucky Tiger's main. That's going to be dangerous if the time comes he ever gets attacked. Alright, so the Twilight Council for Miguela is now finished. I can't wait to see what kind of research we're going to get from that. In my opinion, I think Blink would probably be the best for her right now, seeing as Blink Stalker is not a bad choice in PvP, as well as having many Stalkers. Actually, we do have Blink from Miguela, but we're actually seeing a Glaives research, resonating Glaives research from Lucky Tiger. Looks like he's planning on making lots of adepts. I don't know how that's gonna work because adepts are supposed to be very good against light units, and Miguela is not making a whole ton of light units.
And we've seen her handle the depth pressure pretty well when Typhoon Fusion pulled those up.
Right. I do remember that. Lucky Tiger is taking a third base. No tech past Twilight Council for now, while Megala is starting to queue up some Immortals. And already, actually, we can see that Megala is starting to evolve from the Protoss she was the past 2 seasons. She sends out an observer to scout around Lucky Tiger's base, which I think scouting information is such a huge advantage in this level. I'm not sure how far this observer will make it, however, because of the amount of cannons in Lucky Tiger's base, but then again, they're only in the natural for now.
That is if she remembers to move the observer into the base.
That is true. Okay, look, it does look like she's doing it. She's going to see lots of gateways. She's going to see her assimilator still there. I wonder if Lucky Tiger will ever remove that, as well as Twilight Council. Now Megala is going for charge on her Twilight Council, and Lucky Tiger is going for Blink Stalker. So I think besides this one robotics facility for Megala, this is looking like a very gateway heavy Protoss versus Protoss.
That's true.
In terms of unit count though, I actually don't know who I would favor in this situation, because despite the overwhelming amount of Stalkers and the Immortal that Megala has, Lucky Tiger has a large assortment of units and keeps making them, and is actually now ahead in supply. So this is kind of a quality over quantity battle at the moment in terms of units.
Right. I still think Megala will win if she goes now, but as the game progresses, we see Lucky Tiger taking advantage of that third and going for 4 Stargates.
Right. Actually, I have some experience playing with Lucky Tiger. He does like to go for his Stargate, but my main problem with this is this is the one place that he could have put it that Megala would have had complete scouting information on. And that kind of worries me. Megala does see the 3 Stargates with her single assimilator in Lucky Tiger's base. I wonder how she'll react to that.
We see a third for Megala. Just trying to catch back up.
There's also a probe doing some sneaking around Lucky Tiger's 4th base location. Possibly a proxy pylon. We're also seeing Colossus and Colossus Tech from Megala, though I don't know how helpful that will be against Lucky Tiger's soon-to-be mass Sky Toss. Lucky Tiger grabbing charge, a couple more cannons at his 3rd base location, and for the time being, it's just still looking like a macro game.
Great. We see Megala moving out. Or not.
Or not. I mean, it does put her in a better position to protect her 3rd base. We're seeing lots of Void Rays, actually, not carriers, because there's no fleet beacon yet, but Void Rays, lots of Void Rays for Lucky Tiger. He can actually, as long as he has enough pylons, he can actually really mass produce these. He's been banking lots and lots of minerals. But if Megala moves out right now, I feel like she would have... Yeah, she now has actually the unit advantage due to her Colossi and 2 Immortals. But once these Void Rays really start massing up, it becomes very uncertain. Lucky Tiger actually, I think by accident, removes this assimilator finally because of the Void Rays popping out of the Stargates, so that's good. No more scouting information for Megala.
I might have accidentally alerted Megala to the Void Rays in the first place, because we don't know if she's been checking that assimilator.
That is true, but then again, we really don't know. Okay, looks like Megala's actually... Wait, is she?
Maybe. She's kind of posturing.
It's a posture, definitely. I'm
Passive
not sure
aggressive.
if it's... Yeah, it's like a passive-aggressive kind of thing. It's like... It's like an aggressive defense, you know?
Yes.
Compared to an offensive defense, which we would call a cannon rush.
Wow.
I know. I'm something of a poet myself.
You're poet, you didn't even know it.
True, true. We are seeing a lot of units starting to come out. 60 army supply for Lucky Tiger versus 81, 85, 89, 90 army supply for Miguela. So in a straight up battle, Miguela might actually no, Miguela will definitely win. We actually have a battle right here. So Miguela's army is kind of split, and whereas Lucky Tigers is all together, we see a defensive blink, but the Void Rays are coming in. Colossus is swiping away at all of Lucky Tiger's units, but the Stalker count is just way, way too high. The Colossus does get picked off, but these Void Rays are no match for this many Stalkers.
There's just no ground support.
Right. So I think Miguela just needs to march across the map and win right now. The Stargate count is actually up to 7 for Lucky Tiger. There is a proxy pylon, warping and force very slow stalkers to add to the big force coming up Lucky Tiger's natural. Blinks on top of the cannons and takes them out with ease. The Void Rays are being chronoed as well as a Tempest and a Carrier, but I don't know if they're going to be make it in time, much less a fight against this many stalkers. With this natural gone, Miguela takes a actually pretty even economy lead, but the army supply difference is so staggering. One Void Ray comes out, Lucky Tiger
Taps out.
eventually taps out very many stalkers. I feel like carriers would have done a bit better. Maybe definitely some more ground support, but in the end, it was just an army difference, and that kills me. That was a very good game. If you were Miguela in this situation, you saw that many Stargates. What do you think you would expect?
Miguela definitely knows about Sky Toss, but she's always been leaning towards Void Rays, so I think she'd expect Void Rays more. Not because she thinks they would be better in that situation, but more because she's just more familiar with it. Based on
That
her
does make a
practice.
lot of sense. If she's been following the FSL, Season 1 and Season 2, she'll know that Void Rays are a very large part of every Protoss's repertoire. She knows that every Protoss almost every Protoss she's faced has done some kind of Void Ray build against her, so I feel like that would indeed lead her to believe that Void Rays were being made from those 4 Stargates. To talk about the beginning part of that match, I liked seeing the Forge into Nexus from Lucky Tiger, but the problem was he didn't really make his gateways and cybernetics cores until much later. And I think that's ultimately what gave Miguela the advantage, because she started making units a lot earlier. I think also from this match we can kind of discern that Lucky Tiger has more of a leaning towards making more Nexi so he can expand and get some more resources. But at this point, it's a little bit too early to tell.
Alright guys, we're gonna hop on to game 2. That's Neutrophil and Regret casting for us. We are gonna be headed to Submarine. This could be the last game,
just
or
give us,
we get to...
yeah, just give a second. I think Lucky Tiger had to exit StarCraft, and he's coming back.
Okay. And remember guys, this is Lucky Tiger's first real tournament play against a human. So, he's officially bronze. And I really like his build in terms of his macro. There's a few things in there obviously he has to adjust, but he looks like he's been coached. Because I remember when I first started playing StarCraft, I didn't expand as well as he did. What do you think, Seth?
Yeah, I like that he took his expansions and got his third. But actually, in his previous games, he liked to attack early, and he didn't do it this time. So we'll
So,
see if he does it for Season 2.
alright, guys. So, this is FSL Code B matchup, guys. These players are what level are they? They're bronze all the way to what? Gold, maybe, something like that.
Yeah, low gold.
Low gold, got it. And this is our first match, as you can see. That's them right there. We're hopping on into the game now. Game 2 coming up on Submarine, casted by Neutrophil and Regret.
All right.
Again, KJ Seth.
FSL Season 3.
All right.
Alright,
I'll start.
let's introduce. Actually, yeah, sure. You
Alright.
can start this time.
Spawning in the bottom right corner of Submarine, we have our orange Protoss newcomer.
Lucky Tiger.
And in the top left corner of Submarine, in the blue Protoss, as the blue Protoss, we have none other than
Miguela.
Alright, so same as last game, we have our we have our pylon for Lucky Tiger in front of his natural. And for Miguela, we have our pylon at the top of our ramp. So, as Seth was saying earlier, I think I'd personally find it very, very interesting for Lucky Tiger to do an early attack. Just kind of like spice it up a little bit. The monotony of the last game was, it was very dull, to say the least. But it did reach a climactic battle at the end. But unfortunately, the first 10 minutes were filled with building up a Nexi. Some sort of cannon rush or maybe a gateway unit rush would be very interesting to see here. But unfortunately, it looks like it's going to be the same build from both players.
Alright.
Lucky Tiger, already improving from last game, I would say. Before he took his Nexus, he was floating 800 to 1000 minerals. But now he makes his Nexus right away, so this will give him an undeniable lead in economy. Miguela, on the other hand, getting her tech up like she usually does. Cybernetics Core and Forge, as well as Zealot coming out. And the two cannons in front of his base. So, if it weren't for the yellow-blue hue of Submarine, I would say that this is the same game.
It's gonna be a long one. That's
Oh.
for sure.
That is for sure. And if it's going to be a long one, I hope we get to see some sort of Mothership Skytoss versus Skytoss situation. But I think it's way too early to tell.
We do see Lucky Tiger snagging all 4 of his assimilators right away.
Which is a very contrasted approach to his last game, where he didn't bother getting any of his gases until a lot later. The probe count, actually, for Lucky Tiger is looking very good. A 4 probe lead in the first 3 minutes of the game. I just feel like it's kind of like a dream economy right there.
Not to mention the additional base.
The additional base as well, which is very protected. Miguela can't just run in with her Zealot and Stalker because there are 2 Protoss cannons, or Photon cannons in the front. I mean, they're not RS.
I mean, I guess they are.
Protoss. They still are Protoss cannons, but I feel like it's better to specify.
Much earlier preparation for a proxy pylon from Miguela here.
Right. Though I don't know if she's going to be tanking within the next minute. She is dropping her Twilight Council, a Robo, as well as another gateway. So it looks like she wants to tech up before she proxy pylons. Oh, I think, well, it's not a very early Cybercore, but it's a lot earlier than last game. I'm really liking this for Lucky Tiger. It looks like he's just, it looks like, it feels like he's just looked at his last game and like, and said, what can I do better, right? And he's already doing all of it.
Yeah, he's playing this very
So-
smart.
Right, right. Also, considering that he's a very, very new player, as Seth said, he picked up this game 2 to 3 weeks ago. I can't easily think of anyone that could, anyone that I know that could, like, just pick up a game like StarCraft and be able to learn this much from just one game. Or just one game against a real opponent.
Right.
So I will have to commend Lucky Tiger for that. However, Miguela does have the experience on her belt, and she knows what's going to be coming, or can at least predict it at the very least. So she does have that going for her. Twilight Council for Lucky Tiger, as well as 4 immediate Stargates. Now, for Lucky Tiger, I don't really like this 4 Stargates a lot. Maybe it's better for just 1 or 2 instead of like 5 in the very beginning, as well as putting them straight at the edge of his base to be easily scouted by an observer. But honestly, as long as he has enough money to fuel these Stargates, and it feels like he is going to have, I think it should be fine.
Yeah, I
Miguela
definitely.
positioning her observer actually right above the Stargates to see exactly what comes out. Okay, so Neutrophil. If you're Miguela in this situation, you see this many Stargates, what would be your first reaction?
Well, seeing how Miguela's been on one base this whole time, I would try to poke now. At least try to pressure Lucky Tiger into making some more immediate units, like out of ground units, instead of diverting it to his Stargates, because you're so far behind. But you need to get that natural up, unless you want all in here, which this isn't a very good situation too.
Right, especially because of the photon cannons in the front. But also, you don't actually have that many units to just storm the base with, right? We also actually, this is looking very good, we actually have a air weapons researching for Lucky Tiger. Actually, I really like this air weapons because you don't usually see this kind of upgrade attention in Code B.
Yes.
Though I'm not sure how many air units that he can get to utilize this before Miguela's attack, because it looks like it's coming right now. So he needs to pull all of his units together and fight with his cannons, but he does not know it's coming.
Interesting blink in. That might have.
I agree. Miguela should not have lost this many stalkers for just 1 cannon, and it's not looking very good. The zealots and the cannons do clean up a lot of stalkers, but the stalkers will ultimately win in the end. Lucky Tiger making some of his own stalkers, and the pylon delaying Miguela at the natural for just a little bit. I really feel like Lucky Tiger needs to fight with his Void Rays to win this, and he does. Miguela targets that instantly.
This is not good.
Miguela is losing a lot of stalkers, but she does still have the advantage in this attack. The second Void Ray is coming out for Lucky Tiger, but he is floating a lot of money that he could be warping in with right now. Miguela is just focusing all of her attention on this attack in hopes to try to win this match very quickly. This amount of buildings will stall out Miguela for a little while, so Lucky Tiger can warp in, but I just don't see how Lucky Tiger can contend against this many stalkers and counting. So I think that because Miguela scouted the Stargates, she made this tactical decision to press the advantage while she has the unit lead. It's either that, or she just decided that it would be a good idea to attack early.
Yeah, I was
because of
mistaken.
proxy pylon.
Miguel has better killer instinct than I do.
Killer instinct is something that's very, very good to have in this game, I feel like. But we do see a GG from Lucky Tiger. All of his buildings unpowered, but it was not a bad first game and first match for Lucky Tiger overall. Miguela does take the win. Lucky Tiger complaining.
Miguela.
And there we have it. Miguela 2-0 versus Lucky Tiger. Can we get an interview with the players?
Alright, guys.
Good job,
That
guys.
yeah, that's the first official match for Lucky Tiger. Congratulations, Miguela, on taking that one. But Lucky Tiger, how did you feel? I mean, it's your first real match against live too, like right off the bat, live, right? How did you feel?
No, it was good. So earlier I saw how she didn't do too well with the cannon rush in the first game. But congratulations, she definitely is really much faster on keyboard than I am, obviously. So I was like, maybe I could sneak a quick one in, maybe, but she distracted me with the other little guy coming around the corner. I was like, okay, I got killed. So it was,
Yep.
it was good. It was fun. It's just you got to get down with these hotkeys or whatnot.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'm placing my pylons correctly.
You came a long way from starting from scratch. I don't know how you did that, but you know your improvement, and then jumping into competitions right away. It's insane. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm sure you're gonna watch the VODs and see, right? Because you do have the people, you know, the casters doing the analysis live, right? So I think you'll pick up a laugh off of that. So I think overall, though, did you enjoy playing?
Oh no, yes, for sure. For sure. It was fun when I was like, okay, I got enough people, and I was going across the map, and I saw by the left hand, like, oh my gosh, she got all these other dudes. I just ran right into them.
Yeah, there was she had a big army. She had a ground killing army. But anyway, that was good to see. You know, you got one under your belt, and now we have Miguela. Let's talk to Miguela. Miguela, how are the games for you? Oh,
She just private messaged me. I don't think she can hear us.
Oh,
She's having issues with her Discord.
All right. Well, I guess that's okay. She's having issues with Discord. We can't really do an interview without her hearing us.
Casters, do you guys have any questions for Lucky Tiger?
Yeah, you might as well.
Actually, yes, I would like to ask Lucky Tiger a couple of questions, particularly about his gateway, or not gateway, Stargate explosion. What prompted you to make 4 Stargates off the bat on 2 bases?
I like airplane. No, but it's so I don't know. I was like, okay, let me see if I can make an air unit, right? I don't have my balance yet, right? So I see myself going ground too fast, going ground into air, and I just wanted to see maybe I could get them. What problem is when she took away my my vesting gas the first game, I'm like, wow, I really need to make sure I get that solid down, or I won't be able to make the ships. But usually when I play beginning, when I got a chance to get those guys up, they do good. But I do know they take a lot of resources in the beginning, so I need to probably slow down. But it was kind of like I wanted to fly across the map with them on the side and get them. But I realized the longer I wait to attack or longer the game goes, the more trouble I am in, because I see the production speed is a huge difference.
Right. Well, the comment I have about that is just actually a couple of things. Your economy was very, very good, I feel like. You actually had probe leads in both games. You expanded faster. So I think that you would have enough money, but the problem was, I'm no Protoss player, but 2 bases, I feel like, cannot support 4 gateways, so, or Stargates. So,
Okay.
I think a good general Protoss players, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think a good general rule is, if you're going Sky Toss, that you shouldn't really make that many gateways, maybe 1 or 2 at first, before you don't have that much money. If that makes
Okay.
any sense.
No. And that was and that's my number one thing I know when it comes to keyboard pressing, make sure. But my resources like is I'm making too much, and should I just try to set up a queue for just 2 for each instead of 1 for 4? Stuff like that. We need to definitely get down. Like I said, I wonder where to set the pylons at and where it goes. So no, definitely that's good. That's good.
All right. Well, that was a very good game. I'm not sure if Miguel can hear me, but it was a very good game for you too. I think that this was a very entertaining match overall, and I'd like to congratulate Miguel as the winner.
I can hear you.
Hey, you can hear you now. Nice. Miguela, questions for you. That second game, you went for the kill. You didn't even expand. And why is that? Did you just, because you saw him go Stargate right away, you're like, I'm going to kill him? Or what happened? What were you thinking? Or can she hear us? Did she cut off again?
I wonder if she can't hear you, because I think she can hear the rest of us.
Okay, why don't you guys ask her that question? She's having Discord problems, so...
Alright, so Miguel, can you hear me? So for that second game,
Yeah, I
we
can
noticed
hear
that
you.
you went for the attack right away. And yeah, what were you thinking when you saw those stargates?
So I wanted to do like a little faster because I just wanted to like get it over with since I just woke up, and then Isaac just told me that, hey, you have a game in like 10 minutes, so I had to just run up,
Dang.
change, and then I had to like get here, and I just hadn't have breakfast yet, so that's why I just wanted to hurry this up.
There you go.
Weird flex, but okay.
That's good. She was hungry, guys. Do not get in the way of a woman and her food. So, all right.
I'm gonna have to talk to Sir Maligan about scheduling.
That's pretty funny. Hey, there's a question from the chat. Hey, real quick, Lucky Tiger, have you played other RTS games, real-time strategy games, other than StarCraft?
Nope.
No. Okay.
No.
Yeah, there you go. So she's totally new on everything. That's awesome, man. All right, well, welcome to the StarCraft community. Glad you enjoyed your first game. Congratulations, Miguela, on taking this one. And you're now 1-1 in the season, I think. So nice job. And we're gonna move on to the next set of games, which is Code A, I believe. So thank you, guys.
Congratulations, Miguel.
Thanks. Bye. That was a good game.
All right, so now we're gonna get our next set of games. And guys, if you look at the screen, right there, it's gonna be Archnog and Hyper Turtle. I'm really excited for that. So yeah, we didn't get to ask the questions to Miguela, Alessandra. She is hungry now, so I think she wants to go and go eat, right? Anyway, we're gonna hop on to Code A with these two gentlemen right there. On the top right there, that is Archnog. And he's muted. We'll go ask him a few questions before we hop in the game. And then we have Hyper Turtle right there at the bottom right there. So these guys have been playing StarCraft for a while. Big fans of the game. Archnog is obviously a big fan of himself with a picture behind him of himself. I'm just kidding.
Oh, there's a story to that. There's a story
yeah,
to that.
Explain that picture behind you.
And if I have a audio loop, let me know. I'll change audio settings. But
sounds good.
So family friendly, I'll keep it PG. So my brother and I, every time I was on the toilet, I would send my brother a selfie just
to mess with him.
It's time. And over the course of 2 years, he saved every little selfie and put it together. And if you get really close, this is actually, what do you call it? A collage.
Oh, I see.
Hundreds of little pictures of me giving selfie toilet pictures.
That's
and he,
pretty cool.
Made it for me for Christmas.
Guys, check it out on his Twitter. I'm sure he'll post like a video closer or a picture close-up of that so we can see what that is. That's pretty funny. And yeah, that's pretty awesome. Hyper Turtle, do you have as an interesting story as Archnog of anything behind you?
Well, you know, you can kind of make out some plastic flowers, and what they are, they're taped to pencils. And it's because one Christmas, you know, my wife, who's a teacher, you know, she was just kind of building up her classroom. The kids kept breaking the pencils she handed out. And for Christmas, among a bunch of other things, an additional stocking stuffer, I got her a big box of pencils. And she actually was kind of put off by that because it was, you know, not a very romantic present, and it was the first Christmas after we'd been married. So I went over to Michael's and got a bunch of plastic flowers, cut them up, and taped them to pencils and stuck them in a little vase.
There you go. That's a joke, the joke, but still romantic, right? There you go. Kind of,
Romantic,
maybe,
still kind of practical. It's
maybe.
I mean, it's what they do. It's what they do with the pens at like the restaurants. You know,
There
so
you
you don't
go.
walk off with them. So there you go.
All right, guys, you guys are gonna play your first ever FSL match. What have you guys been doing to prepare for this? JD, Archnog.
Well, much like Lucky Tiger, I got a few matches versus the AI in. It's gonna be interesting. I've been watching some NA hyper plays, so I'm just gonna F2A move and
There you go.
go for the best.
Here we go. NA StarCraft right here, guys, coming up. And what about you, Hyper Turtle?
Well, my big thing was getting one of those circular lamps to put behind my webcam, because if I use the lamp in this room, there's a glare off my scalp,
Ah, there you go.
and it, you know, I mean, it looks kind of like a halo, but that doesn't fit with the Protoss, so I wanted to get rid of that.
There you go. Protoss player right there. Sep,
And
yeah,
AJ,
go ahead. Go ahead.
I've got my fiance here cheering me on. And
Oh.
if you hear her say anybody, what are you doing? Oh my gosh! Yeah, it's,
Wait, does she know? Hello, hello, Miss Arch, Miss Archnog. And what should we call you? Do you have a gamer name yet?
yeah. What's your gamer tag?
Mrs. Archnog.
Mrs. Archnog. Wow, that's awesome. And I
Yeah.
see the Size Storm shirt. Awesome representation right there. Do you know StarCraft?
No, not really.
Not really. All right, just pay attention to
Yeah.
the supply count, I guess.
Let's leave the playing field.
All right, there you go. All right, well,
My wife's name is Diamondback in game, and currently her responsibility is trying to keep my daughter, who's 3 years old, from swinging the door open right behind me.
okay, there you go. No distractions. While Archnog there will have a nice distraction. So there you go. We're gonna start off. Sep, you have any questions for these two gentlemen?
Nope. Good luck. Have fun.
It's
Let's see
serious.
a good win.
Protoss versus Terran, guys. Code A matchup coming right up. And we'll mute them. And they're muted. Seth, I have no idea who to pick here. You know, we'll just have to
No.
see how the games are. But this is a step above the last league, right? So these guys have been playing, so they kind of know some builds. All right, guys. This is
FSL Season 3.
ooh, a little bit of a load delay here. We'll see who's loading a little bit later, but
Yeah, same here for me. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how this game goes. We have no idea how, what levels they are and how they would interact with each other. But you know, that is the first game of the season. So, just like in the first game of an NFL game in a season, you can't take too much from it, and you can just kind of see where they're at.
yeah, it's a long season. You know, whoever loses this, it doesn't really matter too much, right? It's maybe towards the middle or end of the season. That's when, you know, they'll be more settled into this. I'm sure they're using this as a sort of a warm up, right? AI games and a real person now.
Yeah, and get the first game jitters out of the way, and then from here on out, you start scouting what your opponents like to do from the VODs that we already have. And that's when you get to jockey for position, right?
Yeah, and by the way, what you're seeing there, the borders that they have there, Archnog is not a Masters player. There's a ladder bug right now where it gives you Masters even though you're not Masters MMR. So he's definitely not Masters. The last time he was playing a lot, he reached Diamond, but he has not played that much, if any at all, right? So I would say he's in the gold platinum level. Meanwhile, Hyper Turtle plays consistently, and he's on the platinum level. So can't tell who's gonna be favored here. I would say whoever's been playing more consistently would probably be favored, and that would be Hyper Turtle. But the peak of performance, Archnog has reached higher as a diamond player. So
Yeah, I mean it's really where you are, in what form at that time.
yeah, what
So,
form you are, correct.
based on that, right, we kind of have to lean on Hyper Turtle in terms of being favored. Yeah, looks like there's
Little bit of someone's timing out. So we do have you, me, them two on the game. Who else is on this game?
we have Neutrophil as the observer. So
Okay, and Neutrophil. So that's us five. So one of us five is looks like it's not loading up properly. We're just kind of
yeah,
waiting. Oh, there you go. It's beginning to move.
There we go. Somebody might get dropped.
Oh,
down,
okay.
so try
So
that again.
we will try again. That's not a tie. That was really odd. Okay, we're gonna give this another shot. Unfortunately, I can't tell who lagged out or whatever the case may
Yeah,
be.
might have been Hyper Turtle. He's out of StarCraft right now.
Oh, so
we'll
his
wait for him
game
to get back
froze.
in.
Yeah, he froze out. So there you go.
So we'll just
Hyper.
wait for him to get back on.
I mean, look at him. He's frozen there on the screen. So it was. Cause see, you can see Archnog's fancy computer setup. He has super duper computer right there. Look at that. Right. So I doubt his.
Liquid cooled computer set right there.
Yeah, I doubt. Oh, there you go. Look at
Holy
that.
moly.
That is a sweet computer. That is awesome.
All right, so we're just waiting for, I think, his internet in its entirety cut off.
Oh, okay. So he had an internet problem right as we load. I guess that's much better than it cutting off during a crucial battle. So that's okay. That's okay. So
Yes.
right now, we'll just hang tight, guys, as we wait for him. Archnog. There he is. He's back. It looks like he's back. Yeah, he's back. So it looks a little choppy, his video. So maybe his internet is unstable right now. But we're back, and so we'll give this a shot again. We'll get the other games on standby too, in case we have to pause this and come back to it, right?
Yeah, I think the other two players are ready to go, just in case we do. And that's actually an exciting match.
Yeah, the next
well.
match would be really cool too, just to show you guys. The Code S match would be very cool, and Regret. Zerg versus Protoss. Meanwhile, right now we're here the Code A match.
Just waiting for
Him to hop on Battle.net, loading up StarCraft. So Seth, with these new guys here, right, playing, I think it's kind of cool. They're back in. We're kind of getting some of the people back playing SC2 again, kind of practicing and playing, because they, most of us still watch, even if we don't play. Like, I know Archnog watches a lot, right? A lot of the other guys, but now they get to play in this FSL league, which is not super crazy, super pressure.
The daunting thing about playing is, you feel like you didn't practice enough, and your current level is not up to snuff against other players, and so you're in the wrong place. And so that's why we have these divisions where you kind of play people that might be right around your level, so it gets a little bit more competitive than just some random draw, right?
Yeah, that's true. You don't.
Because-
Not like if you
Yeah.
join a tournament now, man, you end up playing like these pros sometimes, or people that are playing very competitive. So, I mean, outside of that,
not even pros, right? You match up with some grandmasters or even high masters, and
and they're
it's
gonna
a total mismatch.
Yep,
right?
they're gonna wreck you. You're not ready. So
Yeah.
that's how it works. You know,
I mean,
they're
just like our previous game and most the other games we've already had, right? Lucky Tiger is very brand new and played against Miguel, which he had a chance,
he
right?
actually
Just
had a
little
chance.
things.
Correct, correct.
Yeah, he had chances here and there if he did certain things right. Um, but it's not a total mismatch, which is a good thing.
Yes, exactly. All right, so I guess
All
he's
right,
loading up,
so,
and let's double check where he is.
all right, let me make sure that the other two players are ready just in case.
Yeah, that was Miguel on the last one, showing up. You're funny.
All right, so the other two players are ready whenever. But let's give Hyper Turtle a chance to get. Oh, there you go. He's loading up the game again.
All right.
I mean, this might be just a glitch, right? Because obviously he's been practicing and playing. So.
So right now there's a big tournament going on right now. So I think a lot of people probably have, if they're watching this, they probably have the IEM broadcast going on right now too. I haven't checked that out yet. I'm kind of excited to watch that later. Maybe just catch the VOD, so that way I don't, I kind of want to watch some of the matches.
Yeah, I have another screen that has that on. Just keeping an eye on it on the corner of my eye here. But right now we have exciting matches here as well. So.
Yeah. Some of the games here can be arguably be more interesting because these guys are just doing things that are off meta because they just don't know, All right, I don't see him at all here.
Still waiting. He said it should be good.
Did you catch the BlizzCon Legends? That's Alexander's talking about that. I didn't get to see that one yet.
Yeah, I saw the FFA. So there's 6 players.
Yeah.
And they played FFA.
That's
in
interesting.
StarCraft 1.
Yeah.
And then they right after that, the same 6 players played FFA in StarCraft 2. And so you see the contrast in the games itself. But it was pretty funny and exciting, and how they were bantering with each other while they were playing.
How were they bantering? I mean, they're Koreans. Were they like all in English?
Well, yeah. So whenever they type something in chat, somebody there's a subtitle translating it.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, it was pretty funny.
And then there's a 2v2 I heard here, and a 3v3. Did they do any one-on-ones at all?
I didn't see.
Oh, okay.
But let's funny here. He says it's loading now. Maybe do you want to go to the next game and come back to this Code A matchup?
Yeah, we could do that. If he's loading, let's give him 1 more minute. I mean, it doesn't take like 1 minute to load, right? So we'll know for sure. So let's give him 59 seconds countdown and see if he can load it. We'll do it right here. We're gonna go do a countdown, guys. If he gets in, we're in. If not, we're not. Right there. Not 8 minutes. We're not gonna give him 8 minutes. There you go. There's his countdown. All right, let's get the other games ready. We're gonna hop on those if they're ready.
Well, I'll wait for your countdown to be done, and then I will leave this lobby and then start a new one. Otherwise,
Okay.
see if he gets in. But there's been some pretty interesting results in the IEM already. So.
Oh, okay. I'll have to watch. Okay. Countdown is done. We're gonna go to the next match, guys. We had an issue here. We'll just tell Archnog, and you know we'll to hang tight. Unfortunately, we do want to have the
Archnog,
games.
I'm sorry. We might we need to postpone your game until after the next one, since we'll give Hyper Turtle a chance to get his.
Yeah, I know you want to play, so
Yeah, no problem.
We'll
Just let me
play.
know, Seth.
You'll play the other match first, so just keep an eye on the stream, and then you'll know when. You know, he'll know when he's next. So there you go. All right, so we'll hop on to the next match, guys. We'll hop on to the next match for now, and then when Hyper Turtle's back. Oh, look at this.
So the next match.
Very cool.
Oh wait, Hyper Turtle is back on.
He's back on?
Yeah.
Hold on, let's try that again, JD. I think there's a filter there, but let's see if that shows
Yeah, the
up.
green screen. I was trying to be sweet.
There, you can see it on this one. There you go, guys.
There you go.
That's newlywed right there. Newlywed. All right, cool. So
I need all the brownie points I can get.
that's right. You want to get ahead. Don't give no pencils as a gift. You know, that kind of thing. So and fall behind. All right, guys. So Hyper Turtle says he's back.
You need to leave that lobby or game you're currently on, so I can invite you.
Yep. Sorry, guys. Hang tight. We do want to get these matches out, right? So we don't want to.
No, I had to leave the lobby.
Oh, wow.
We do actually have to get Sir Maligan ready for the next game. So
Sir Maligan.
to cast with
Oh,
you.
I see. Yeah.
I
Okay.
was gonna say, it shouldn't be playing.
James?
Okay.
Sure.
All right. We got the lobby reset again. Hyper Turtle is now in StarCraft. Yoo-hoo! All right, time to mute these participants. Let's get their cams ready. All right, guys. The much awaited matchup at this point.
Sorry there for the delay, but these things sometimes happen. We just need Archnog. Let me tell him.
Okay, yeah, he's raised up.
surprised you
Terran.
weren't.
He's Terran.
All right, we're good.
All right, so make sure they're muted. I thought I heard something. If they're all set, they're muted. We're good to go.
All set, muted,
Okay.
Cams on. Let's take two.
All right, guys, the much anticipated match here, at least for us, because we wanted to get this. We're eager to get this started. And here's our test. Oh, okay, there you go.
FSL Season 3.
Okay, guys. In
All
the
right, let's
bottom,
introduce-
yeah, in the bottom left, we have the Protoss player.
Hyper Turtle.
And on the top right corner, we have our blue Terran. He is
Archnog.
To me, that's the best intro.
all right. Interesting pylon placement here for Hyper Turtle.
Yeah, it is. It's like halfway between either
Yeah.
blocking the Reaper jump up or blocking in the back. It's just right there. So it's like whatever. I'll put it there.
Or maybe because he wants to maximize the
The
time
mining.
that mining. Right?
Yeah. Well, then you make
So-
it right here. I thought right next to the Nexus. Right.
Next to the Nexus. So, but yeah.
Either way,
it's-
you don't want to overanalyze something like that. It doesn't really matter too much.
So so standard. Oh, double gas right away for our blue Terran.
Is he one basing it?
So we have. Are you observing or we're neutrophils observing, right?
Yeah, Neutrophil is observing, following him now, but I do take over once in a while if I see something really interesting. So there you go.
All right. So here's a scout here for Hyper Turtle. Standard opening for both, except for the building placements for our Protoss, but it's not a big deal. And it's a Marine first, so it's not going to be a Reaper opening. So I guess if you're not informed, you're not comfortable with microing that Reaper, right? People tend to just go, hey, I'm just going to make Marines. And
Ooh, he's going to keep it open? Okay, I was going to say.
yeah, but I wasn't going to be able to go in with those double Marines. So.
Yeah, but I think he could have killed that guy if he had positioned the Marine a little bit better, but...
Yeah, so typically players want put the Marines right there at the top of the ramp, right? So they can see them coming in, but the probe can't see the Marines until they commit to the ramp. So they usually get that kill because of that vision, the way it works in StarCraft. So.
Yeah, but look, Protoss is a robo coming, and he's already expanded, of course.
Yeah. Let's see here. It's going to be a tech lab. And I'm guessing he's going to be swapping that with the factory. So nothing out of the ordinary here. There we go. There's this expansion. The thing about Terran is if you don't put that command center relatively early, you're going to fall behind, way behind in economy, unless you do a lot of damage because of the commitment to the units you make in the beginning.
Yep. But if he's massing Marines and just kind of goes, massing by and just goes at the right time, man, you will catch. Yeah. I've been caught by that many times.
Especially with the stim upgrade, and he started it relatively early, the right time. So it's going to be stim with... Yeah, so it's not... He didn't use the factory at all. He didn't want to swap for tanks. Oh, he did. So he did make a tech lab.
Yeah, he made a
but
tech
he's just
lab. Nothing yet.
He's not
on
using
that
tech lab. Maybe he's gonna. Well, the positioning of the starport indicates that he doesn't have any plans to swap it, right?
Yeah, maybe it's just a little. Remember, you're a little off on your timing. So it's like, oh, I made that too early. I didn't really want to make something like that yet. So those kind of things do happen.
But there is a tank.
There is a tank.
Stim is almost done. The observer is gonna be able to scout all of this.
Yep.
Unless he just parks it outside in the front.
Yeah, already a huge worker lead for the Protoss.
Yeah, so that's what he does. He just parks it up front. He wants to see when they move out. But he won't, it'd be nice to just kind of poke in, kind of see what's there, and then come back.
Yeah, exactly. Now, he needs to pay attention to... Oh, he's expanding too. He needs to pay attention to the number of bio here, and he needs to be sure he can stop it. Like, how much is that?
It's non-stop Marine production here. +1 is on the way as well.
And there's a tank.
Yeah, so bio and tank with +1. Stim's already done, so I think he's just probably waiting. Oh, there's the medevac.
And is there a Twilight? There's no Twilight yet, so there's no charge. Just basic units for defense.
Yeah.
Right? No upgrades either.
This is a good scout for the Marines. Now, you probably should have sent it to the third location first, just to, take a quick peek whether it's there or not, and then. But I think it's.
Yeah, he doesn't know about. He doesn't know about the third base. That's for sure. So.
All right, so I think Archnog is just gonna wait for these double upgrades for the +1 and the shield to finish, and then he might go.
He doesn't see the tanks at all either, so that's the good news, right? He just sees some bio and a medevac.
Yeah. So I think this is gonna line up pretty well. The +1 and the Marine combat shields. So if he wants to start moving now, that'll line up with the upgrades finishing when he's at the front door, right? These are the timing that people can take advantage of. But he's gonna scout first with the Marine, sees one adapt, maybe sees a few things there.
Oh, and he's moving,
Not much.
guys.
There it is. I
Okay.
think this was a timing that he had prepared where it's +1 combat shields and stim with a few tanks and a big bio force.
Yeah, this is
So
all
let's
about the
see.
control, man. If he can keep this bio army, save the tanks, there's an immortal, and reinforce. This is really tough to stop if you're
Yeah,
Protoss.
Colossus is on the way, but it's gonna be an
It's gonna be a while.
unupgraded Colossus for a bit here.
Yeah.
So
Nope.
I guess it's a window here that he needs to take advantage of.
Yeah, no charge either. So he's going now.
There it is.
He needs to
Two
go.
tanks. He's trying to figure out which side to enter in. He doesn't know about that.
Yeah, he
third
doesn't
yet,
know
so
about the third.
a Marine might be able to scout that. So
Yep, he definitely will.
there it is. So
Okay.
he sees that. Let's see. Parks his tanks right in the front and
Yep.
starts sieging. There's a scan. Tanks are sieging. And it's too
Oh,
close to the other round.
he doesn't know about the other guy. That's why.
But let's see here. It's gonna be an
Oh,
engagement. Their stem has not been used yet. He's gonna forfeit the tanks. Yeah, but I don't think that's enough Protoss units here.
yeah, but he's
I
getting
mean, the-
shelled by the Colossus.
That's right.
He-
Alright, so I think the Colossus is the one that really did
Colossus
the
is the
damage here.
difference. Yeah, that's the thing. I think he was in the wrong spot because you want to preserve your tanks so they keep shooting, but he wasn't.
Yeah.
He wasn't protecting it, and so that was a problem. But he does
He
get
wasn't-
a third.
He wasn't aware that the big Protoss army was just on top of that other ramp.
Yeah, he doesn't even know that there was a base there. See, he still
Yeah.
doesn't know. So that's the problem.
That's the problem. So this, it sets him back, but it's not the end of the game yet. I mean, he does have a lot of minerals and gas, so he has something to work with. He does need to start producing tanks, though. So if he wants to be defensive, there's that first tank coming in.
Yep. He didn't. His positioning. I don't blame him thinking the units will come from the front. He didn't know that there were units on the other side, right? And he had a Marine there, but for some reason the Marine just missed it. So that's
Yeah,
what happened there. That's kind
I
of
think the
normal.
Marines got killed so quickly that it never got, that much farther.
Yeah, he just missed it. So this game one advantage so far to Hyper Turtle. However, Terran caught up. Pretty good build here. He has expansion, so he had a good build. He was just a little too late. In fact, if he hit like a minute or two earlier, he probably might have smashed that.
Yeah, I mean, it's the tank. The factor was really the tanks. If the
Yeah.
tanks stayed alive
Oh, and
and
his tank's
kept shelling,
exposed.
yeah, that tank is exposed as well. But
Or
he's
not
moving,
anymore. Here it is.
He needs to kite with the
Yep.
bio. There it is. Now, I think Protoss could have taken that. I think he still can, but he's being very careful here. Oh, look at that Archon tanking a lot of that damage. And it's still alive.
He does kill one of the Colossi. Maybe two more, but there's still a lot of Protoss army here. If he kills that Prism, this will end the attack, but he doesn't. And he's gonna have to lift up.
Alright, so very good attack here by Hyper Turtle.
11 workers killed. He probably could shell the Prism at this point. Ooh, the Prism gets away. Oh, okay.
He's being very careful.
Yeah, he's
right?
being very careful. Good shots here. Oh,
Alright, but the Protoss is just gonna go in.
That's a
He
big
realizes, yeah, there's not enough here. Alright. It's a good attack here for our red Protoss. Good game. Hyper Turtle takes this game.
Hyper Turtle.
okay, game one goes to Hyper Turtle. It was very winnable for Archdog. Unfortunately, he just didn't go a minute sooner, and he went the wrong spot. Just that's bad luck. But part of the game is the preparing to take the luck, right?
Yeah, it's also, one of the biggest thing that people need to have is map awareness and where they are. And so if he had known that the big Protoss army was there, I think he would have fared a lot better, right? Those two tanks staying alive and shelling throughout the entire battle would have, made the difference. But instead, the two tanks were taken out right away, and the Colossus just killed all of the Marines.
Yep. And I'm just laughing at the Matheson discussions there. He knew how to answer that toxic back and forth jokes. All right, here we go. We're gonna go into game 2. Pillars of Gold. And if Archnog takes us, we'll have a game 3. Otherwise, Hyper Turtle will take
Actually, it's
take
gonna
the
be a
series.
light shade. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Light Shade. There you go. All right. Light Shade, guys.
Just waiting for Neutrophil to join the lobby. There he is. Let's do this.
All right, let's go. Game 2 coming up, guys.
Yeah, but it looked like,
It was-
Archnog had a plan. Plan was 2 tanks, double upgrades. Well, upgrade for +1 and stim with combat shields, and then just go.
Yeah, it was very well
It's-
thought out for sure.
And I think it would have fared so much better had he placed his tanks in the back. And
Or if he went the other way, it's just going left or right. He just unfortunately went left.
FSL Season
And
3.
the thing was, he did scan. He scanned ahead, right? He just scanned at the wrong place.
Yeah, so that's gonna do it. But anyway, guys, in the top left corner, we have our Terran player. He is
Arch Nog.
And our red Protoss, we're having a really solid Protoss composition there. Up 1-0. He is.
Hyper Turtle.
Hey guys, this is their only match to prepare for, right? This is a long season. They have scheduled matches. It's very casual gameplay with our season, right? They just have a best of 3 every week or once every 2 weeks. They can prepare
it's
for
about-
that.
Averages about every other week. Sometimes you may have a 3-week layoff, and sometimes you have a back-to-back week. It just really depends on how the random schedule is set up.
Yeah.
But with your 5 games that you have to prepare for, that lasts about 2 months, and then after that, another month for the playoffs. But yeah, very casual.
It's
you-
casual
you see
friendly for the
people-
busy people, basically.
It's funny because it's mostly people who cram the game the day before their match, right? So they kind of take off for the next week and a half, and then they find out, okay, my game is this Friday, and Thursday night they start playing, or Friday they start playing.
And Archnog closes this choke this time
Yeah, but
pretty
pretty
early.
close. Yeah, I think this is gonna be a different build.
Maybe.
He takes his gas a little later,
Yeah.
so
Maybe it's a different build.
yeah. So it's not double barracks right away. So it's just 1 barracks first.
Maybe he wants to get more tanks out.
But yeah, same build here for our red Protoss.
Yeah, it's a solid macro build. Just defend.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good composition he had, right? He had by the time he attacked, he had 2 Colossi, he had Archons, right? Some Zealots and Stalkers. So pretty round out composition to go siege the Terran. So
Okay, there you go. So we got a factory there. For Protoss, the same build with the Robo start.
and
There is a
stem
probe.
early.
Yeah, you see that probe hanging out in the back? That's a good spot.
Yeah, just to see when the Terran decides to take his natural.
Yeah,
But
he
2
knows there's
Marines
none.
are moving out. I think he's just trying to see what's there.
Yeah. So the advantage of the Protoss is if the Terran does not push with his advantage in time, Protoss catches up with his macro and has more units by that time, right? So you're gonna have to hit early enough before Protoss makes use of all that income.
Yeah.
That's the
You have
advantage.
to do enough. It's funny whenever you watch a PVT. It's about how much damage can the Terran do to the Protoss to prevent them from getting to their ideal comp, right?
It's like Zerg. How they do against Zerg. They don't want the Zerg to macro up. There you go. He spots that probe. He's like, get out. Probe confirms multiple bio units, so likely bio. I mean, we don't see mech against Protoss as much anyway.
Yeah, well, typically you see Protoss and Terran. You see a combination of bio with tanks, right?
Yeah.
Because tanks are very powerful if they stay alive. Right, you need a lot of charge lots to be able to counter them, in the early to mid game.
Okay, and look at this observer. What does he see?
I think he might just park here, just like last time.
Just like the last time.
Yeah, our hyperfertile really likes to just make that observer right away, send it to the front of the Terran base, and just see what's coming in and out. Right?
Yeah, look at this starport in the back. Not gonna connect it and make a Banshee or anything like that.
I'm wondering if there's a reason why he put it back there. Right? Is he gonna make a tech lab here and do something fun? No, he's just gonna make a medevac.
Sometimes you just do stuff just to do stuff.
Or maybe it's the SCV he highlighted, and that's the closest spot he can make it. So.
Yeah.
But for a red Protoss, I'd like for him to just kind of take a quick poke with that observer.
He sees the type of army he's dealing with, so that's the good news. He knows there's a
He could
robo.
have taken that observer just a tad in and then come back out, right? It might take a little bit more APM, but just to see, right,
Yeah, these
what's
are
going on with the Terran.
Exactly. These are the minor things, as that we notice. But he's prioritizing other things, and that's probably why. And
I like this third again by red Protoss.
I think he's gonna see it this time. And then if he doesn't, at least he'll be on the high ground. So.
Archnog is just
the upgrade. +1 upgrade for Protoss this time. There's actually 2. Oh no, he moved the medevac. He decided. You see that? Okay, Archnog has a big army, but the Protoss advantage, right? He's gonna
he
get
moved
big.
the starport because he probably realized I can't make
that add-on
here. But he's not utilizing it right now. Instead, he used that spot for an engineering bay.
These are the things that you do when you're kind of, rusty. You're like, oh, whoops.
Well, yeah, this is, like the winging it.
Yep.
You just kind of, you know the game, you know the ins and outs. You don't have the practiced build orders, right? Because you're just playing casually. But he does have a supply lead. Huh.
He's macroing well. He has the army lead.
But he really likes this Archon. Oh, there's Sidestorm. Okay, I was about to say, we didn't see Sidestorm last game, but I like the fact that he's getting Sidestorm this game. And one of the things I like between these two players, they spend their money. Right?
Yeah.
I didn't see the.
They don't have thousands of minerals.
Yeah, so this is a good sign, right?
Yeah. From what I'm seeing, Archnog is playing at a platinum level, maybe almost diamond, so just a little off here or there, but
yeah, maybe
not bad.
maybe
not bad.
After this game and the next subsequent games for him, it'll prepare and practice a little bit more.
Yep.
Right, get back in shape.
Get back in
And we'll
StarCraft
see-
shape. Yep.
We'll see the peak Archnog, right?
Yeah. So maybe this is
But-
good for Hyperturtle to face him early before he gets up to his higher level. Because this is a long
He doesn't
season.
he doesn't have his ultimate yet, right? He has to build up for his ultimate charge.
Yep.
All right, but that's it's tough to push into that Terran army there. He's gonna get his +1 attack, which is good.
Yeah.
The bio.
He
Although there
needs
is
to know,
AoE
man.
now.
There's third base here for Protoss. And the longer this game goes, the better it
Yeah.
is. And he still doesn't see it, does he? Oh,
No,
he has
he
no
does not.
idea. Oh man, when he watches this VOD, he will just realize what what happened
I
in
mean,
this game.
The scouting Marines are good, but you might as well send them to key locations. And that's
Oh, and he scans, doesn't see too much either. I mean, he does see an immortal, but this is really the key. Seeing this right here, this is the scan that you do want.
so.
Oh, here's
That
the
was
prism.
curious.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's a prism with some adepts here. It's gonna do some harass, but it was curious to see that Hyper Turtle had actually six High Templars were building up energy and actually had pretty decent energy, and then he morphed them to Archons.
Oh, he did that? Oh, that's a
Yeah,
mistake.
so-
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I would have liked them to just kept them as,
Yeah, you
uh,
definitely keep him. You
or
want
unless
that.
I missed that. But yeah, let's see here. Yeah, he doesn't have any more Templars. But here's a good harass here for our Red Protoss. This is gonna draw.
No
or will it?
response yet, but there you
There's the
go. He
response.
finally responds.
Right, there's the response. He should be able to clean this up, but at the cost of really, like, cost of mining time here.
9 workers. He still has to deal with the top. There you go.
There's a good attack here, but he's gonna lose these adepts.
Unfortunately, he
gonna
doesn't
clean
kill the
this up.
prism.
Yeah, it's not. That prism's gonna get away.
12
Means
workers
this-
killed. Oh, man. Alright.
He's already behind in economy, so this is gonna set him back even more.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the longer he lets the.
Oh, he
Let's see.
scans and he realizes, oh man, the guy has a third base.
Right, so this triggers him to say, you know what, I gotta go siege that. Let's see if we can get something done. He probably would like.
No
probably
storm.
those-
That's the thing, though. No storm, right? So that helps a little bit.
I think he worked in Templars.
Where?
Uh,
Where are they?
it's in the
Oh, they're
third.
in the back. They're here. There's one. There's a couple.
Yeah, so now he has two storms each. Right, he would have had 6 Templars with full energy by now, but
Oh, here's a big fight, guys. But actually, who's getting sandwiched here?
oh, that's a big storm.
The
Takes
storm
out
was
the
perfect.
entire army
I
here.
think this is gonna do it, guys. With the three base to 2 base lead, losing this big army. The storm, the immortals, the archons,
Yeah,
not looking good. Although
he didn't siege his tanks during that battle too,
Yeah, he
so
didn't.
they were, you know.
there is, he does have a third base. So Archnog has a chance here if he deflects this attack, but he has to hold this attack.
Has to hold this, but let's see if he holds this. These are +1 Marines, but there's just too much.
There's no
Protoss.
beef. There's no
Yeah,
meat.
No.
No meat on
Oh,
this.
He gives up here, and that's it. He concedes right there, and that's our GG.
That's the GG, guys. So it looks like
Hyper Turtle.
Pretty entertaining game.
yeah. So not bad. Archnog was just the first game. I think he was just slightly unlucky with the movement, right? Slightly unlucky with the movement. That sounds a little bit high on that one. But the second game, he just it was much better game for I think the Protoss with the drop, right? So anyway, let's go quick interview and then that's it.
Is my video off?
Hey,
It
you're
says-
you're on. You're good. You're good
on.
now.
All right.
You're good. Hey guys.
Okay.
Your first match out of the way. Now you know what it's like to be back in and playing again. Actually, Archnog, let's start with you. Your first game, you had a really good build. You actually could have won that one. You just went the wrong way because you didn't you didn't realize that he was on the other side, and you would have killed that base and then continued to storm into his front and then not lose the tanks. So it was just the luck of the draw, going left or going right. Right?
Yeah, look, should have gone right, but that's what makes the difference between the FSL and the GSL. So
That's all it was, going left or right. All right, yeah, and
hold of myself, much less have map awareness. So
exactly, it was pretty good.
It was fun.
Yeah, you actually had a nice build there, so I really liked it. The second game, it was the prism, which then of course the hidden third. He had a third, but you scanned at the wrong place or you looked at the wrong place, and you just missed his third again too. So the Protoss just kind of like macroed up from there. So that's my summary of it. How did you feel about the games?
Well, it's almost like a relearning process because it's not like riding a bike. And like you said, I consume much more gaming than I actually play. So it's still, trying to get the muscle memory back and having the hotkeys. And I'm looking, what button makes that unit still? So it's kind of just relearning it all. So it's fun to
Yeah, and
dust off the shoulders and get back into it. But yeah,
it was good. It was
as
actually
you see,
competitive
I'm not
too.
really a Masters player.
Yeah,
Although that first game, I think it was a really nicely prepared timing. I don't know if it was intentional or it's coincidental, but that timing was well thought out. Where you had two tanks, bunch of bio, research with stim and combat shields, and +1, and it all lined up, right? It was a really good attack. I was wondering if you actually prepared that specific build and timing.
It's one of the few things that a tank bio push. That's if I don't get the mid game, there's no way of a late game. I don't make it that long. So it's one of those things. Put a little early aggression on. Hopefully it pans out. And yeah, that time it didn't. You get flanked and it didn't work out so well. So
yeah.
a little bit of thought into it, but then again, math and timing, sometimes it's a little luck on my level. So I'll take some luck if it all pans out and lines up well.
So
I'll
Seth,
take it.
Seth joked that you're not in your final form yet. You're getting back into it. So Hyper Turtle got you early. You're getting back into the game. It's a long season. So we're looking forward to see how you evolve the rest of the way. So nice job, Archnog. Your first match out of the way. Pretty good games. It was entertaining to watch. Now we're gonna ask.
I'll come back.
Nice. And we're gonna ask
I'll
Hyper
get you,
Turtle
Turtle
here.
boy.
That's right, Hyper Turtle. He's calling you out. We'll see you guys again. Congratulations on winning this first match. How do you feel?
Relieved. My computer froze up completely. I had to reboot, then disable a bunch of stuff. Finally got in again. I'm like, oh boy, StarCraft reputation. IT tech reputation's on the line too. I gotta think fast.
Well, you pulled it off, and you'll be ready for the next match, I'm sure. So, nice job. And so, Seth, any other questions for these two?
Yeah, actually, I do have a question for Hyperpurl.
Yep.
So I noticed in that second game you had six Templars. You build up a little bit of energy, and you decided to convert them to Archons. What was the thought going behind that?
I think my fingers thought ahead of me.
Okay.
All right, so it was a mistake. That makes sense. And actually, on the same token, Archnog, we saw you make the starport in the back, and then you floated it. Was that also one of those things? Oh, I don't have room. I need to move it.
It was supposed to be a supply depot, but fast fingers and it just all spirals. It's a domino effect. out of
The
control.
correct answer was I was going to, trick him and thinking I'm not making medevacs.
Very cool. Well, that's good that you have fast fingers. That your fingers are faster than your brain, and I don't have that problem. I'm slower. My brain thinks fast compared to my body. But all right, great guys. We'll see you guys on your next match. This is gonna do it for the code A match. We'll see you guys, gentlemen. Thank you for playing.
Hyped.
All right, we're gonna
Thanks,
move on.
Lots of fun. See you next week.
We're gonna go on to our code S match, guys. The highly anticipated match between these two friends. So we'll be right back. We'll play a little bit of an ad, and there you go. Look, there's a stretcheroo. We'll play a little bit of an ad too for Mister while Archnog stretches and
You
has
didn't
fun.
think that he's the one who lost that game, huh?
Yeah, you'd think he's the one that won, and he's having fun. So that's the cool thing about this. So we'll be right back, guys, with Code S match after the word from one of our sponsors.
All right.
There we go.
And you're so likable. They asked you.
Hi, boys. We're back. We have our Code S matchup here. It's going to be very cool versus Regret. I believe we have Sir Malignant on. He's going to be co-casting this with me. This is a Protoss versus Zerg. So let's get Malignant on real quick. There you go. That's Regret right there. Getting prepared. This is our final match for today, guys. It's a best of 3. It's our Code S match. Protoss versus Zerg. And that Regret is a Zerg player. Right there.
Forward to this match, man.
Alright. And we got
You hear
Sir
me?
Malik. Yeah, I can hear you. Show your
Nice.
face, man, but before we start so you can say hello to
Alright,
the
hang on.
audience. We need very cool camera on also. There you go.
Actually, doesn't have a cam.
Oh no,
But
he
he
doesn't.
is available for interview.
Okay. We're gonna have to have him win enough money to buy a cam, I guess. And then we have Neutrophil helping observe. So, all right, let's do quick interviews, guys, with these two players. Very cool and Regret. So let's chat with the guy that's not on screen. Very cool. How have you been preparing for this match? You knew this was coming for the past couple of weeks.
Yep.
I mean, obviously, don't tell us you're stressed, but how have you been preparing?
I've been just playing a lot of ladder games. Yeah, that's basically it. A lot of ladder games.
A lot
Oh,
of ladder
nice.
games. And then how many is a lot?
Every day, like a couple hours.
2
Oh,
hours
wow.
every day for 2
That's
weeks.
good, actually.
So what's that quick math? 2 hours,
14.
14, 28, and then you get in the 2 hours probably 6 games. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of games, guys. Okay.
Well, how were your ladder games though? Were you moving up steadily, or right there where you are in Diamond?
I moved to Diamond 2. I'm not in Diamond 3 anymore.
Ooh, he's been ready,
Wow.
boys. Nice. And hearing that, Mr. Regret, do you regret playing now? No, I'm kidding. No, like what? How is your practice?
Well, actually, I used to 1v1 very cool on a weekly basis. We'd actually have like little best of 3s, but then about 1 or 2 weeks before our game was scheduled, I asked him to 1v1 and he said no.
No, I
Because
gotta
he
hide.
wanted to practice on his own, right?
That's right. And that kind of reminds me of an old NFL story. People that follow the NFL, Peyton Manning and Tom Brady are like really good friends, and they text each other every week. Hey man, that was a really good game. Tom Brady would message him, "How do you make it look so easy? That looks really cool." And then when they're about to play each other, they stop talking to each other for that week. So there you
Yeah.
go. It's kind of one of those things. So, all right, guys.
So which one is Tom Brady and which one is Peyton Manning?
Well,
We'll
one
see,
of
we'll
them.
see.
One of them has won the the Code A championship. So I guess Tom Brady is right here. The first guy will be Regret, right?
The real question is, what is football?
There you go. All right, so Malignant, you have any
Alright.
questions?
No, man. I mean, I'm excited. Well, yeah. One question. Regret. What's your rank now in BattleNet? I mean, in
My
ladder.
rank?
Are you in D3, D2?
Unfortunately, I can't say in Masters. But right now I am Diamond 3, so very
Okay.
cool is higher rank than me.
Okay.
All right. So this is gonna be a fun match then. It's gonna be even.
Regardless, yeah, regardless. All right, well, we're ready to hop on now. Malignant and I are gonna cast this. We know ZVP really well. We played thousands of games against
Oh,
each
yeah.
other in ZVP,
Alright.
so we're ready to cast and analyze this guy.
All right. Good luck, guys.
All right, they'll be muted now and deafened, and we're headed into the final match.
FSL Season 3.
Okay, guys. we have here on the top left the Zerg player. He is
Regret.
That's a cool intro.
Yeah. All right, the bottom right. This is our D2 player, Protoss. He is
Very cool.
The self-proclaimed very cool player. Man,
let's see what
Protoss
they have
versus
inside.
Zerg, dude. You know how that goes. This is really cool. He
Yeah.
actually goes up the top
At
ramp.
the top. He probably has something in store for us. Look at that. His other probe is on the left.
The probe
There's
is on the
another one
left.
going-
Oh yeah.
Look at
Okay.
that. There's another.
So he doesn't plan on expanding. He has a cheese plan. That's why he's spending
Yeah,
two of
exactly.
them. He wants to only defend the high ground on his base. So
Yep.
because he wants to save, all his resources for whatever the heck he's doing. That's what he's doing here. At least that's what I think, right?
What do you think he's gonna pull off here? It's probably a Void Ray.
Oh, he's got a forge.
Proxy.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Actually, that's what he's doing. It's a Void Ray proxy. So what it is
Yeah.
he'll support this pylon here with some and protect it with cannons, and then
Cannons,
put stargates,
Target.
and then shield batteries to keep
Yeah,
healing him, and then keep pushing and keep annoying the
Oh,
Zerg.
man.
And this regret see this.
Oh, he's gonna see it. He's gonna see it.
He sees
Oh,
it. He
did he
sees
see
it. He does see
Oh,
it. Yeah, he sees it.
Nice.
But the cannon is there, and I think it's too late.
Yeah.
What?
Well, he's
It's-
not reacting to it.
It's too late. He saw it. It's like, I can't do anything. I can't do a probe pool, right? So at this point, you should suspect because of the positioning of that. And he's gonna take
Yeah.
the gas. That's actually really good. Then limits the options.
Mhm.
And oh
Look
man,
at that. He's just gonna go straight up. Cannons there.
yeah,
to
no,
keep?
yeah, no. He needs the vision, right? So he puts that in there. He needs the vision, otherwise he'll get shot down
Yeah.
from the top. So that makes sense. And
Oh,
then
so this is not a Void Ray.
yeah, it looks like he's not gonna do Void Ray. He's actually gonna do Immortal with
Yeah,
this.
Immortal Push.
So he
Yep.
can't touch this cannon. See, that's why. I mean the pylon
The
on the high
pylon,
ground. Yeah, exactly. So he's just gonna push with a shield battery and a cannon on the right side. So it's not a Void Ray. The positioning makes it look like it's a Void Ray thing, but it's
I know,
not.
right? Yeah, we
you
thought
know?
it was.
Yeah, well, that's fine. Either way, it doesn't really matter. But this is just as deadly because this was one of the first ones that was created after the shield battery was introduced.
Yeah.
Right.
This is
the
very annoying, actually.
yeah, this is insane. In fact, this is so good. Just to let you know how good this is, people didn't know about this that well. Turkey Dano, who's a North American Grandmaster player, played in Nation Wars. One of the European top players, and who was his name? The Polish.
Look at that observer.
Yeah, the Polish player, and he was able to beat him, right? So this is how strong this was if you don't know how to deal with it. And it's so strong, I'll tell you a story. I played Lambo and No Regret, and I was Protoss, and they did this thing with keyboard mouse thing, right, for fun, and they played me, and I beat them with this build. So,
This is how strong this is.
that's how strong it is, and that's how in tune you need to be. And Regret doesn't lose that queen. Nice job.
On the spine,
Okay.
moving.
Oh yeah.
It's
By the way,
very-
that was Laser, the Polish player that Turkey Dano beat. He has vision because of that
Oh, he's-
observer,
yeah,
and he's
he's gonna
gonna
lose both.
crush that. That
Oh, the Immortal
Oh.
couldn't shoot it. 'cause
yeah,
he had-
he's blocked.
Oh no, he's going around.
He's not
'Cause I
looking.
think he
Oh,
attacked- yeah.
yeah. He's like, you know
Oh,
what?
okay.
I'll attack up front. Whatever. I don't need that pylon. That
Yeah.
that spine doesn't do anything for me anyway against me, so no need to worry about it. And he already has it powered. His robo powered. If you're a Zerg here, look at him.
He's just.
Isaac, Regret is so panicked he made 2 Roach Warrens by
Oh,
mistake.
that's right.
So
That's
he was
right.
it's such a
Pressure,
stressful
yep.
situation. And look at this. Oh my gosh, the prism is here. Look,
Oh my
this
God.
is really cool because you know what? Very cool. Has been known to macro and just whatever, and he's gonna open this match with a cheese, a very strong cheese, and he's gonna take the lead. He's gonna destroy that natural, and now a big lead.
Yep.
for
Definitely
very
a
cool.
big lead.
Big lead.
He lost a lot.
Yeah, a Zerg that is on one base is a joke. We know how that
He's
works.
gonna lose this.
Yeah, he's not
fire.
worried
I
because
mean,
he's got a
fine.
shield battery. He's like, yeah, I'll fight with you. I got shield battery, I got immortal, I got prism to lift these guys. He could finish off these.
Man.
Oh man, this is not looking good. If you're a regret here, you can't. You gotta stop the bleeding, and then hopefully you can counter with something. But at this point, he just has to survive.
So what's Very Cool doing behind this?
Very
he's just
Cool.
making more immortals.
Yeah, he doesn't need to do much more than this because
Yeah.
he can keep pushing with this advantage here. You know, he has the heals, and actually, regret shouldn't be fighting.
Yeah, he shouldn't be fighting down there.
No, he shouldn't. His job is just to delay the push, and he should know that
Hold
there
that-
is an observer because he can
Yeah,
see.
he doesn't. I think he doesn't know there's an observer there.
That's the first thing he needs to get rid of too.
Yeah,
but
get rid of them.
Yeah, I would make a overseer, but you really
Yeah.
shouldn't be fighting these guys because for Very Cool, he has plenty of heals. It's no big deal for him. Like, yeah, sure.
Those are immortals.
Yeah, and now regret the Zerg is down to 17 workers, right, on one base with inferior tech. These are 4 immortals, man.
Oh my gosh, 4 immortals with healing.
He may not even need to micro.
Yeah.
He doesn't need
It's
healing either. Okay, he's gonna pick it up. Nice micro there, and then guess what?
Yeah.
Cha-ching! Quick heal. Let me just recharge my bank account, my wallet. Let me spend.
Charge my shield. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Alright, he can push this without even.
Well, the bios will
he has to
change
move those.
things.
Yeah, the bios.
Little late on that.
Yeah, this is crazy push.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is rough push.
Yep.
And it's only getting worse. 15 workers now for.
He hasn't lost an immortal.
Yeah.
That's insane. See,
It's all just micro, guys. At this.
Yeah.
This is elementary at this point. This game was over about 3-4 minutes ago, and now he does the worker pull. Well, if you had a big army and didn't do anything, your workers certainly ain't gonna do anything. And I think we're gonna see a GG here. Nice opener, very cool, showing everyone on that he is not gonna be just a macro guy.
Yeah, that's it shows his ladder playing.
He's like,
close in this game.
He's like, yep, I know what to do, boys, against Zerg. I'll show these Zergs.
Yeah, his micro has even improved.
Yeah, that was a very cool strategy. Oh, he chose the right name.
Nicely done, Cheese. Now, what would have you done if you saw that pylon that?
So the first thing you do, you can't let him advance. So I would do some Ravagers and just keep biling the static forces, and don't let him up. You're probably gonna lose your natural, and you're just gonna have to stay back and just defend with whatever you can, right? Queens, keep making queens, make a few Ravagers. What I like to do is I get Swarm Hosts behind it because I can trade for free.
Ah, that's right.
And then, once I start trading for free and start killing his stuff, then I think about countering. But typically, I also try to get a drone out in the map, right? Try a secret base, making him think, yeah, you're doing damage, but I have a secret base,
that's
you
right.
know? So
Yeah, that's right.
that's one thing I would do. Although the position of that, it makes it look like it was, a Void Ray
A Void Ray. Yep.
thing. So, that would have messed me up a little bit too. I'm like, what? Oh, it's not a Void Ray? So, I don't know. It's hard to say, but it's all about execution on that. You have to face that a lot to understand. And I don't know how much Regret has faced that. You faced that on Ladder though.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of that on ladder, definitely.
And we're on
Void
Submarine now. It's a small map, so welcome guys. This is
FSL Season 3.
By the way, this submarine map, we've seen what Regret does here. You know what he does?
What?
He does the Ravager Ling all in on this map.
Ah, that's right, because it's a shorter map.
Yep.
Shorter.
So
map. Yep.
we will see if that's what he will do. Right? So anyway guys, let us introduce the players. In the top left corner of submarine map, he won with a nice build. He is
Very cool.
Alright, on the bottom right, he feels the pressure now because he's one game down. It is
Regret.
Now let's see what regret does here. What's his
he
reaction?
scouts early. He's like, all right, dude.
Oh, look at that.
I was
That's
like,
right.
I was like,
Ooh,
all right,
wow.
I'm gonna get you.
Oh.
I'm gonna do a hatch block, a hatchery, offensive hatchery on you. Let's see you handle this. Oh, actually, look,
That's
very
good.
cool. Pulls
But
a
too
lot.
much, though.
I think that's
That's
too
too
much.
much.
I think you
Yeah,
only
you-
need like 5.
Three or 4 or 5.
Well,
right?
if 5
Five.
would be like the absolute most, because then you kill this in time, right? He's actually, one of them isn't even attacking. There you go. Now,
there you go.
now he's attacking. This is very expensive for very cool, but he has 18 worker lead. What the heck has Regret been doing? Oh, he 12 pulled. Guys, he has a new. Oh no! Oh no! You are in trouble. Very
up.
cool. You are
should have
in
forged
big
The
trouble.
other side.
He should have. He
So-
didn't realize it was a 12 pull. And now
Yeah.
he's in big trouble. He needs to chrono. He's going to close it. But guess what? Regret can cancel this. Okay, so let's see how
Yeah.
Very Cool handled this. You know, actually, it's a decent handle. If he needs to get another Zealot out.
Yeah. Why isn't he chrono? Oh, there you go. He needs to
Actually,
chrono that.
Regret
He's blocked.
he should have
He's
canceled
supply
it so
block.
he can get in. But he's going to use
Protoss
that.
is supply block.
Yeah, yeah. Supply block.
Supply block, man.
Oh my gosh, he actually
That's why he
misbungled.
couldn't make.
Yeah, he bungled that one. And now,
Oh,
good surround here. Very cool. Gonna lose
more links are coming.
a lot of links.
A
And
lot of links.
what's he gonna do? I don't think he can do much. You know what?
Yeah, and the queen is coming out.
The queen's
On
coming
the,
out. There's
proxy.
production there. This it only gets worse from here. Very cool needs
Yeah.
to get a pylon up here so then he can put a cannon. He needs a cannon up top.
Yeah, he needs the cannon.
Because whatever Zealot comes out of here is instantly gonna get killed.
Alright.
But this is, you know, this is pretty much. Oh, and he needs to pull his workers, protect those cannons.
Yeah, he needs to protect those guys. Oh.
This is his only chance,
too
and
late.
there it is. He does pull, but then he backs off. There's a lot of
okay.
links. I
Yeah.
think this is gonna
Alright,
do it,
this-
boys and girls.
GG, man.
This is GG.
No way
Nice.
he's gonna stop this.
Okay, cheese for cheese, tit for
I
tat.
know.
There you go. Eye
This
for
is
an
so
eye.
cool.
Very cool.
My gosh. That was
GG.
crazy.
Nice game by.
Brett. That's a good response there. Very good response.
Alright, we're gonna go to a game 3 with these guys.
And that was a good response there, dude. I mean, this should put Very Cool in his toes too.
Okay, if they both cheese. You
Yeah, I
cheese,
know, right?
you cheese, I cheese. Do we have an agreement not to cheese game 3? I don't know.
Should we macro game? We'll
I
see.
don't know. What is game 3? Let's go take a look where it would be. Well, we'll find out soon enough, so maybe just wait. But basically, we do have a map picker. We never even got to that because... Wow,
We're on
that was...
Jagannatha.
Okay,
LE.
Jagannatha. Okay, cool, cool, cool. We're off to some fireworks on this first Code S match, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, we had a Code S match last night, so it was Frieden.
For the day, yep.
Yeah, so for today,
This has been
it's been
exciting.
pretty-
I
pretty-
like it.
yeah, very cheesy. Actually, I used to do a lot of weird cheeses with you and vice versa. Yeah, just to feel out the very edges of what you can get away with, right?
Yeah.
And that's you gotta have to play. You must play cheese games so you guys understand how that works. How do you defend? You can't play macro all game every game.
Exactly.
You have to understand how to deal with the cheeses because that's gonna happen, especially on ladder.
Yeah, then you just can't keep complaining that oh I got cheesed, he cheesed me. No.
No,
that's how you,
no, actually,
that's how you get better.
If you
Yeah.
play someone that's cheesy, it's actually good because if they cheese you and it doesn't work and you prepare for it, and that's a free win, man.
Yep.
All right. Welcome to
FSL Season 3.
Season 3. We're all tied up. Here in the bottom left, the Zerg player, 12 pool proxy hatch. His name is.
All right, on the top right, it is.
Very cool.
All right, let's see how cool he is now on this third game. We can't.
No,
Yeah.
I
We,
think
yeah.
he might.
Oh!
Take that. Ooh.
Oh!
Proxy.
What? This I
Okay.
think this might be proxy
Wait.
racks, proxy gateway.
Why is that?
But it's right there.
Isn't that,
But you know,
isn't that the pathway for a
no,
scout?
no. Look.
Isn't it?
I think he studied Regret's scouting pattern, and he's going. Look, he's not gonna see it. He's going this side on this first
Yeah, look at
overlord, and then this next overlord. Where is this guy going?
Oh my gosh, that's
He's
three
not gonna
gateways,
see
bro.
it. Oh man, you know how this works. So this is how this works for those of you who's dealt with this stupid build that pisses people off. And look,
4 gates.
the 4 gates are covered. They're covering the pylon. You cannot kill this in time. This is how you
Yeah, I
deal
know.
with this. If you even see this coming, the first thing you must do is make
Cancel your.
make
Your
spines.
natural?
No, the first thing you make is make spines. You want them to try to
Yeah.
hit that natural, then you cancel it, right? Make two to 3 spines at home, and then you cancel, and then you try to survive, and you should have a worker lead, and you know. But
Yeah.
but I think he's never gonna see it now. Oh man,
Yep.
yeah, he's scouting
Oh,
the wrong way. He doesn't see it. This is a perfect
Oh my.
perfect
gosh.
spot to actually put it because it's in the spot
Yeah.
that Regret does not
Well,
scout.
look at that. There's an overlord below the proxy.
It's too
He's
late,
gonna
man.
see.
It's too late.
Yeah, it's just too late.
It's too late now. So if you are
Oh
Regret,
my gosh.
you see what trouble you're in. You make spines. His pool is not
Spines
even done
ASAP.
yet. His pool is
Yeah.
not done yet. Oh my gosh. Regret's probably like, dude, I thought we're done with the cheeses. And guess what? We are not, bro.
Oh my gosh.
So he needs a spine though. He can't just keep
yeah, I
doing
need
this.
the spine.
You need the
What's-
spine. You know there's a proxy. You know what? I'll tell you this. He played Little Reaper, and Little Reaper did something similar to this, and Little Reaper won.
There, finally a spine.
Do you remember that game?
Yeah, yep.
Little
Remember
Reaper
that.
won with this.
That was
There's
crazy.
a spine, but man, you can't afford to trade against
Roach.
these.
Farm?
Yeah, and he's not gonna have enough, man. Here's
Yeah,
the-
he's not gonna have enough.
There's 3
oh,
zealots
goodness.
already. I don't think he knew what to do on this. The spine needed to be
Yeah.
right away. He's gonna lose a lot more workers. He's down to
He's gonna
9
lose his
workers.
spine.
He's down to 9 workers, and he's not mining, and he's not.
Oh my
he has to fight
God.
with them, and it's just
Yeah.
you just can't fight zealots with what
And
you
there's
got.
4
This-
more zealots coming out.
yeah,
man.
that's why I said you gotta make 2 spines right away. You're never gonna make
Yeah.
enough money, and I
Shouldn't
think
have make a
yeah, this
warranty.
game is pretty over at this point.
Yep.
So for
Can't
boys and
support
girls
the
out there, you see a proxy gateway, make spines. That's all you can do. You cannot fight these guys. Like
Yeah.
this one little roach is not gonna do anything. As you can see, not even mining. So
Yeah.
and that's just gonna do it, boys. And we're just gonna
It's
be
just
this.
a lot of zealots.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
that's
God.
that's how it works. Believe me, I've faced this quite a few times. It's insane how you underestimate this, and it just gets bad. And there you go. We have
Oh
the
my-
winner.
Gosh, 3 cheese games. Nice.
Very cool.
Very cool. Takes the series. He's gonna go 1-0 in the season. All right.
That was insane. All cheese play, man.
And actually, the position of the proxy gates was in the spot. You know what Spider-Man said? Was it Spider-Man who said this?
What?
He said, "The best place to hide is right in front of everybody," or something. I don't know. Someone on the chat tell me what it was. The best place to hide is where they won't. Is in an obvious place. Something like that. Anyway, we'll Google that out. Anyway, here you go. Let us interview the players really quick. Maligan, do the honors of the first question in this
Alright.
cheesy matchup.
Yeah, that was intense. 3 games. We're so excited. All 3 games. So Regret, you saw the pylon proxy, correct? Early on the first game.
In the first game, yes, I.
Yeah. So what was your? We saw that you didn't react that much, or what was your thought process there? What you were like?
Well, see, I already knew there was some kind of proxy because I was looking at my natural base. There wasn't a probe that was coming, so the probe had to be somewhere. And then later I just found out that it was a cannon.
Okay.
I didn't really think it was a good idea to pull my drones to that cannon because like number one, the cannon is almost done. It's kind of far away as well.
Yeah, you're correct.
So,
Correct.
yeah, so I just kind of wanted to make spines. I just kind of wanted to make spines, queens, maybe get to roaches.
Yep.
I did see actually in his match history that he liked to go immortals, so I didn't feel really good about roaches, but like you kind of need roaches to stave off this kind of thing. I learned later that, now thinking about it now, with some advice, it probably would have been a good idea to snipe the observer with a spore
Yeah,
barrel.
there was an observer there.
Right, so
Yeah, you lost 2 spines because of it. So, all right.
I feel like this now just makes it one more time to face this kind of thing. So
Yeah, but your second game though was really nice, nicely executed. We didn't even notice you went 12 pool. We just saw the hatch block. Then I realized that there's links behind this, so that was good. That was really good. So you were thinking like, hey, you know what? You got me by cheesing me, so I'm gonna cheese you back. Was that, or was it a plan?
you know what? That's precisely the words that formed in my head.
The what?
The exact words in his
Those are
head.
precisely the words that formed in my head.
Oh, good. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we saw like, oh, okay, so this is cheese for cheese. Nice.
Yep, yep. And third game, you thought you had a truce, so you went as first and relaxed. And then, to your heart's dismay, you saw 2 zealots coming in. Do you know how to deal with the proxy gateway all in?
Yeah, well, first I need to find it because macro got my butt.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't do macro at all in this thing. He's like, all right, guys, I'm gonna do exactly the opposite. And he actually, as Spider-Man said, hide in plain sight. He put it right there in front of your thing where you didn't scout it. And so by that time, it was too late, and there's nothing you can do. You automatically lose your hatchery, so you can just defend at the top with a spine and then whatever, right? So
Yeah.
I knew that was kind of GG once you didn't make the spines.
The unfortunate thing was that my pool was a little late in that game.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, and then you dropped the Roach Warren too. You could have dropped like what, couple more spines, just defend.
You
it,
definitely
I
make
guess.
the spines immediately as soon as you see
Yeah.
that. I don't think you can defend that with anything else, not even links really, because the zealots just wreck everything that you fight with it. So now let's chat with Mr. Very Cool, who we can't see. Mr. Very
Hello.
Cool, you used to be called Very Macro. Now you're very, very cool, very cheese, very good. And that's how you play Protoss, really. You gotta know how to play cheese and macro, which you did all cheese in this one. And now no one knows what they expect of you in the next match. I'm like, oh gosh, what's he gonna do? Was that your plan all along? It's like, I'm gonna cheese the whole time?
Yeah, that was partially my plan, but also, I was scared of Isaac all-inning me if I try to play macro. So I figured if I just kill him before he can all-in me,
there you go.
I'll be fine.
I see. Yep. Nice. So have you been practicing those cheese on ladder?
I've been practicing the proxy immortal cannon rush a lot.
Yeah, that's a strong build.
Yeah. The 4 gate, I practiced against, used that against Isaac like once, and that's basically it. So he already knew about it, but I figured out his scouting overlord pattern, so
that's what we
why I
thought.
decided-
Yeah, you hit it in plain sight. That was a great spot.
Yeah, because he normally sends his overlord to the 3rd base.
Yeah, exactly. And he didn't actually drone scout or anything. Although what turned out to be a drone scout was actually a proxy hatch. I have one more final question for you. On game 1, you did the immortal proxy thing. On the typical Stargate Void Ray proxy location, why is that?
So one reason is because people aren't used to it, but so I got that build from a YouTube guide, and it just said to do it at the 3rd base. So yeah.
There you go.
That's my only
That
reason.
answers the question. Nice. All right. Well, congratulations on taking this. Game 1 for you in the season. It's a long season. I'm sure you guys will run into each other again. You guys are both in Code S. There's some nice rivalries going on here now. And we have 2 Zergs here that are really interesting. Dark Menace and now Regrets here. And then we got Very Cool. And then we got Neutrophil. And we got a bunch of other new faces in the Code S. We're excited to see what's going on. What's gonna happen as the stories develop. So nice job, guys. We'll see you guys later.
All right, thank you.
Games.
All right. All right, so that's gonna do it, guys. That's all three of our matchups ready. Pretty interesting.
Yep.
And we'll see you
very
guys
nice.
again. When's our next schedule? You guys can check out the schedule, by the way, on the website. It's up there, or on Liquipedia. We are there
Yeah, our
now.
next match is on Wednesday night. We're going to see the debut of Panic Switch.
Oh yeah. So
and versus a 1-0 Typhoon Fusion.
okay, there you go.
Ooh,
And guys, you can
cool.
check this out on SciStorm.com FSL. The schedule will be right there, and you guys can check that out for sure.
And then after that, actually, the game is going to be a battle of 1-0s, right? The 1-0 Archaic and 1-0 Skarloey, right? So that'll be a good
Skarloey,
game
which
as
is
well.
otherwise known as Spaghettio, right? And guys, also you can check that out on Liquipedia. We are right there. And in fact, the games are already updated on Liquipedia. Check it out, guys. That's already in there. So anyway, guys, we will see you guys next time. Thanks for hanging out with us. And good luck, have fun, keep practicing them builds, and we'll see you all on our
So
next broadcast.
Yeah, for all Code S players, you guys know now what your guys are gonna be up to. So
Yeah,
with-
there's a lot of scouting here. There's a lot of preparation. You guys know what's up. So
Yep. All right. Good
all right,
games.
boys and girls,
Yes.
good games. Laters. We'll go find someone to pass on our viewers to. So hang tight, boys.
Okay. All right, who's up for some games? Let's play.
Yeah, I'll hop on. So hang tight. Let me switch over.
Okay.
You're not in a date right now.
No, I'm not.
Should I go back? I will.
You will.
I'll just do it. Instead of like asking, I should.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. I just accidentally.